so that you are in wait immediately after the person in front of you is done speaking. Mr. Ross?
Thank you, Mr. President. Our first 4 public comments are from Heather Deckard, Darlene Anderson, Kelsey Thompson, and Dylan Best.
Please. And please, we know how many people are in support and so on and so forth, but your applause will just prolong this session to way longer than what it needs to. So please, either raise your hands. There are different ways to express your support. Please.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Heather Deckard, and I am a physical education teacher at Hiram Johnson High School. I want you to know that I love working at Johnson, and the kids are amazing. I'm so glad that I moved there this year. I'm here tonight because students at Hiram Johnson are being manipulated in what I call a bad divorce. Some teachers at Johnson have issues with our admin, and there's a process for them to follow. So don't bring the kids in it. I am not discounting what they feel is their truth, but I have a problem with teachers manipulating kids. Tonight, you will see people stand in support of some of these teachers, but several of them are from McClatchy, who have no idea what's going on at Johnson and are being manipulated as well. Please look at the flyer that was handed to you. That was handed out at open house and scattered across our campus today and left on certain teachers' cars. Children do not know or do not use the verbiage, "This is completely ran by the students on campus," and is not associated with teachers listed or administrators. Children don't know that verbiage. So when you hear...
Excuse me. We need to be respectful of everyone, please. Please.
So when you hear people speak tonight, please keep in mind this is an adult conversation, and our students should never be manipulated in a bad divorce. We really should spend more time on getting our students to school, educating them, calling home with positive information. And speaking of positive, I just wanted you to know that the physical education department has done an amazing job this year, which was due to support from our admin and our amazing Johnson teachers that we have there. We have some great things going on at Johnson, and it's too bad that this is taking up all of that because our kids are awesome. And it's too bad we're not bringing that forward to you instead of what we're bringing tonight. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Decker. Thank you. We need to, excuse me, we need to be extremely respectful, and if not, I'm going to have to ask security or the officer to remove people that are not. This is an adult conversation, and I expect everyone to act as such. Please.
My name is Dylan Besk. I'm a Wilsey Wood middle school teacher and a former Hiram Johnson teacher. I've submitted a letter to the board, so my words expressed from my point of view can be read by you. My real purpose here today is to support the students. Students do know very much verbiage, and it's amazing what they can put down on paper and put down into a public forum. And so please know that when you're hearing students speak today, no matter what side they're on, hopefully, that they do have thoughts of their own and opinions of their own, and they are expressing them because they care about their education. So please support our students in expressing their voices on either side. They do have verbiage and they do have skills.
Claudine Andrew, Shayna Just, Larry Tagg,
Please.
and Mr. Krebacek.
I know you're laughing about it back there, but that's what we need to do. Please.
Good evening, board members and Superintendent Raymond. My name is Claudine Andrew, and I'm the lead teacher for the School of the Arts at Hiram Johnson High School. I'm here to speak on behalf of the Linked Learning Pathways at Johnson. 2 weeks ago, I asked Superintendent Raymond at a meeting on the Johnson campus what the future of linked learning was. He responded, "Linked learning is our plan for school reform." At Johnson, we believe deeply in linked learning, California Partnership Academies, and small learning communities. We are pioneers of these programs in the district. In order for these programs to succeed, they must have administrative support. They must have appropriate scheduling of students and teachers to allow for cross-curricular projects, training, internships, and field trips. They must have teachers who choose to participate rather than be assigned. They must have adequate training for all participants. They must have cordial and professional administrators who welcome and support our community business partners. This year at Hiram Johnson, we have had none of these things. The School of the Arts exists in name only. 2 of the 4 pathway lead teachers are being involuntarily transferred. Several teachers have been denied training for linked learning against the recommendations of the district linked learning coordinator. Teachers have been assigned to pathways without their input. Classes have been scheduled with no regard for teachers' pathway affiliation. Students have been scheduled into programs or classes they didn't choose, and there has been no purity in pathway classes. Leadership meetings between Pathway and SLC lead teachers and administrators happened only a few times at the beginning of the year, and there have been none since October. Due to the lack of communication and collegiality from our administration, we've been reluctant to bring our business partners onto campus, not wanting to subject them to unpleasant or unpredictable experiences with our administrators. Internship programs have been disrupted, and the programs that took years to build have been set back years. If linked learning is our plan for school reform, if you believe, as the superintendent says he does, in the power of these programs, please give us an administration that also believes and that will fully implement the linked learning pathways. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hi, well, I didn't expect to be here again 2 weeks later. I'm Shannon Just. I'm a teacher at Hiram Johnson, but I'm also a union rep at Hiram Johnson. And I was here tonight to tell you a story. And Mr. Arroyo, you know this because you were at that meeting for part of the time in September. At the beginning of the school year, teachers asked Larry Tagg and myself, he's the other union rep, to have a meeting off campus where they could kind of talk about what was going on because everybody would hear different pieces. And so we wanted a chance to get together and talk. We arranged for a back room at a local restaurant, and we had that meeting, okay? At that meeting, all our administrators showed up at that restaurant, which, fine, it's a public restaurant. But the principal then walked in to that private meeting in that back room, scanned the room, and took note of who was there. Now, flash forward 9 months. There were 4 probationary people at that meeting. Every single one of those 4 were on the non-reelect list submitted by that principal to the district. 7 people got administratively transferred last week. 6 of them were at that meeting. This is no coincidence. And I was going to tell you a little bit more about what's gone on, but I'm not, because I got to tell you, sitting here, watching what's happening tonight, absolutely breaks my heart. This is the problem. In order to move Johnson forward, you need somebody who's going to bring people together and going to unite the staff. You can look around the room. The community is not united, the staff is not united, the students are not united. Nobody is united. And we cannot, unless we can come together and work together, this isn't good for kids, and it isn't healthy for adults. And it isn't working. We've got to figure out a way to put our differences aside and come together, but you need an administrative team who wants to do that, not one who is trying to divide and conquer. A house divided will not stand, and we all know that. We need some leadership that wants to bring people together, not tear them apart. Thank you.
Thank you.